Welcome to Try It Tuesday. So I'd like to announce a new feature on my channel called Try It Tuesday. So every Tuesday I'm going to be featuring a gluten-free product or a gluten-free recipe, and then the reviews of my family. I've been reading a lot lately about gluten and how bad it can be for your body. I am a little skeptical on all the different things that it says that it can affect mood and anxiety disorders and different things. But a lot of research seems to have been gone into this gluten and how it is not quite all that great for our body. That being said, none of my family has been diagnosed with gluten sensitivity or gluten allergy or anything. This is kind of an experiment I'm trying on my own to see if going gluten-free or reducing our gluten will help with some issues that we're having. Now, I don't think we'll ever go 100% gluten-free. At this point, I'm not sure. We really love our pastas, we really love our breads, so without having any conclusive evidence as far as the gluten sensitivity, I'm not ready to jump in and say we're going to go gluten-free yet. Those people that know me know that I am very routine. I like to stick with what I know. I have a hard time completely switching up my life. In the past I've thought about trying this, but I've gotten a lot of it like anxiety and things with it. I feel like I have to go all or nothing, and I'm really trying to give myself some grace and just actually take this slowly, ease into it, one recipe at a time, one meal at a time. And like I said, we're not going 100% gluten-free right now. We're just adding gluten-free recipes and products to our lifestyle, and then eventually it will add up. The other issue is actually, you know, those of you with families know that not everybody might be on board with going a certain way. Now, my husband is completely on board with trying things, and the kids are definitely not all that picky. But I thought it would be a fun way for us to get more gluten-free recipes and products into our life, and just kind of ease it in and just have it in a very low-key and actually a fun manner. So this is something we're going to be looking forward to every week, rather than dreading, oh, you know, here's a new recipe that we've got to try and whine about it. And then on top of that, I know gluten-free is a big issue right now. So I know there's a lot of you that are gluten-free or are interested in going gluten-free. So I figured, I mean, why not tap into this community of YouTubers? So definitely your feedback is wonderful. If you try a recipe or a product that we feature, let me know. If you have a recipe or a product you think we should try, go ahead and leave that down in the comments below, or message me too, and we'll definitely look into that. I am so open to suggestions and new ideas. Really hope you enjoy this new feature. I think it's going to be a lot of fun and very informative as well for all of us, from you on that side and me on this side. So the first recipe that I'm featuring today is called Healthy. I know I have to look at this. This is kind of a long name. Healthy Banana Bread Chocolate Chip Oat Bars. No. Healthy Banana Bread. I can't even say the name. It's a really long name. Healthy Banana Bread Chocolate Chip Oat Breakfast Bars. Whew! very long name, but it sounded like a great recipe to try, especially for breakfast. We like having our breakfast ready to grab and go. So here's the recipe. Here is everything you'll need. We have oatmeal, baking powder, baking soda, salt, cinnamon, bananas, vanilla, unsweetened applesauce, honey, and chocolate chips. I'm going to begin by preheating my oven to 350 degrees, and then I'm going to spray a 13 by 9 inch pan with cooking spray. Now I am doubling the recipe. The original recipe only makes a 9 by 9 square. So I'm going to go ahead and spray my pan. I have 4.5 cups of oatmeal in the food processor. I'm going to put the top on. And then just pulse it until it's all a fine powder. So I'm just going to check this, and we'll see that it's not quite a fine powder, but it's a uniform consistency. I transferred the oat flour into a medium bowl. Now I'm going to measure 1 teaspoon baking powder, 1 teaspoon baking soda, half a teaspoon of salt, and 2 teaspoons of cinnamon. Now I'm going to whisk all of the dry ingredients together and then set it aside. Now I've put 6 bananas, half a cup of honey, half a cup of unsweetened applesauce, and the recipe does call for 4 teaspoons of vanilla. I did run out, so I just put what I had into my food processor bowl. And then I'm just going to blend it on low for a couple of minutes until it is all blended together and smooth. Now I'm just pouring the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients, and then I'm going to stir it just until it is combined. You don't want to over stir it. Last ingredient, of course, is the chocolate chips. I have 2/3 of a cup of mini chocolate chips that I'm just going to gently fold into the batter. And now I'm going to scrape the prepared batter into my baking dish. So this was a very simple recipe. And it has no eggs, no oil. This is not certified gluten-free the way I made it, but if you do want to make it gluten-free, you just make sure and get the gluten-free oatmeal. Now, oatmeal in itself does not have gluten in it, but most of the oatmeal that is sold is actually processed in plants that also process wheat products. So they cannot be certified gluten-free. So for me, I don't have a gluten allergy. I'm just trying to reduce my gluten. So it's not a big deal. If I were to, like I said, want to go completely gluten-free, if I find out that I have a sensitivity, then I would need to buy the certified gluten-free oatmeal. If you use agave nectar instead of the honey and use vegan chocolate chips, then this is actually a vegan recipe as well. So it's a nice adaptable recipe. So I'm just smoothing this out evenly, and then I'm going to pop it in the oven for 15 minutes or until a knife comes out pretty clean when I test it in the center. Now I actually baked this for about 20 minutes. It was not quite done, but now you see if I test it, there's just a few crumbs that are on the knife. So that's ready to go, all done and baked. Now I'm going to let it cool for 10 to 15 minutes on a baking rack, and meanwhile I'm going to prepare a chocolate drizzle to go over the top. The glaze, I just have about a 1/4 cup of chocolate chips and a few tablespoons of coconut oil. I'm going to melt these in the microwave and then drizzle over the bars. So I put the chocolate in a bag and just snipped off the tip, and I'm going to just drizzle it over. And actually this is going to look bad. Trial and error, that was way too much coconut oil in my opinion. It made it really thin and runny, so I think next time I'm not going to put so much coconut oil in, because it's just kind of running all over the place. It's too liquidy. So there they are. I'm going to let them cool for a little bit longer and then cut them into bars and serve them. I'm having these for breakfast this morning alongside grapes and a small glass of milk. Emma. Emma gave it a thumbs up. What do you like about it?
Chocolate.
Chocolate. Thumbs up. 2 thumbs up so far.
Can I have it?
Yes. I think she likes it. What's that good?